Okay, I'm going to go over the review. It's going to be real fast. I'm sick, so please excuse any pauses. Here we go. So whenever you see parentheses, that means distribute. So negative 2 times 5m is negative 10m. Negative 2 times negative 3 is a positive 6. Done. Distribute the negative. So negative times negative 6 is a positive 6. Negative times negative makes that a positive 2m. For number 3, we've got to combine like terms. So here's an x and an x. 4 minus 10 is a negative 6x. We also have a y and another y. Negative 7 plus 1 is going to be a negative 6y. Number 4 is similar. Again, we got the x's. 3 minus 11, that's negative 8x. 7 plus 5, that's a positive 12y. These guys, we have to look for what's exactly the same. This says a squared b, this says ab squared, but this says a squared b. So these two are alike. 2 plus 5, that's 7a squared b. And since we didn't touch this one, we just write it again, negative 4ab squared. Number 6 is the same thing. This says m cubed n. This says m cubed n cubed. This says m cubed n. If there's no number in front, there's basically a 1 in front of it. So negative 5 plus 1, that's negative 4m cubed n. And since we did not use this guy at all, we just write him down again. 2m cubed n cubed. Okay. Solve the equation. First things first, distribute. 3 times n, that's 3n. 3 times negative 7 is negative 21. Combine like terms if you can, but they're already combined. So we want to get 3n by itself. So we need to get rid of minus 21. Opposite of minus 21 is plus 21. We do that to both sides. And we get 3n equals 33. Divide both sides by 3, n equals 11. Okay, same thing, distribute. Negative 5 times n is negative 5n. Negative 5 times 1 is negative 5 equals negative 25. The opposite of minus 5 is plus 5 to both sides. So negative 5n equals negative 20. Divide both sides by negative 5 to get n equals 4. Next, combine like terms. 6n minus 7n, that's a negative n, plus 3, because the 3 didn't get messed with. 11 plus 1, that's going to be a 12, minus 2n just comes down. Okay, so the smallest variable is what we want to get rid of first. Negative n, negative 2n, this is smaller. The opposite of minus 2n is plus 2n on both sides. So negative n plus 2n is n, plus 3 equals 12. And the opposite of plus 3 is minus 3, so we minus 3 on both sides, n equals 9. Combine like terms. Negative 3x plus 2x is negative x, plus 8 comes down. And then 9 minus 15, that's negative 6, minus 3x. So get rid of the negative 3x, we add 3x to both sides. And we get 2x plus 8 equals negative 6. And then to get 2x by itself, we subtract 8 from both sides, and we get 2x equals, if they're both negative, you add them together and keep the negative sign. And divide both sides by 2 to get x equals negative 7. Yep. So solving for r, meaning get r by itself. This says c equals 2 times pi times r. And if I want to get r by itself, I have to do the opposites. So what's the opposite of times? It would be divide. And so we're going to divide both sides by whatever's attached to that r. So we divide both sides by 2 pi. So the 2's will reduce, the pi's will reduce. We get r equals c over 2 pi. That's our final answer. For number 12, this is saying divide by 2. The opposite of divide by 2 is times 2. So we're going to multiply both sides by 2 to cancel out the fraction. So we get 2a equals h times b1 plus b2. And I want h by itself. The opposite of times is divide, so I divide both sides by whatever's attached to h. So b1 plus b2 gets divided on both sides. So h equals 2a over b1 plus b2. Okay, convert miles per minute to miles per hour. So start off with a fraction, 15.5 miles for every 1 minute. Okay. And so we're going to multiply. I want to get rid of minutes and turn it into hours. So if minutes is on the bottom, I want to put minutes on the top. And we're going minutes to hours. And there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So now the mins are not there anymore. 15.5 times 60, and that comes out to, let's see, 15 times 6, that's 90, and then 30, so that's 120 miles per hour. Okay, for 14, change to feet per second, so 15.5 miles per 1 minute. So if I want to get rid of miles, since it's on the top, I put miles on the bottom, go to feet. So that's 5,280 feet for every 1 mile. And then I want to get rid of minutes. I want to go to seconds. So I put minutes on top, seconds on the bottom. And in 1 minute, there is 60 seconds. I'll put this into a calculator, and we got 5,280 times 15.5 divided by 60. Actually, I'm going to get rid of that last part. So multiplying the top numbers, we get 81,840. 1 times 1 times 60 is just 60. So dividing that, we get 1,364 feet per second. Okay. Next, Sue ran. So here's Sue, 15.3 miles in 2 minutes. And then this one says 25.6 in 3 minutes. So we just divide each of them. Sue was 7.15. 25.6 divided by 3. That comes out to 8.53. So that means Bob was faster. Okay, machine makes 7,000 bolts in 1 hour. So bolts for every 1 hour. So how many bolts does it make per second? So to get rid of hours, we put hours on top and put minutes on the bottom, because there is 60 minutes in an hour. But I don't want minutes, I want seconds. So I put minutes on top of the fraction. We're going minutes to seconds. And in 1 minute, there is 60 seconds. So 7,000 times 1 times 1 is 7,000. 60 times 60, that's 3,600. And that all comes out to 7,000 divided by 3,600. 1.94 bolts per second. These are called proportions, so you just cross multiply. Negative 13 times n is negative 13m. 10 times 12, that's 120. And to get m by itself, we're going to divide each side by negative 13. So we get m equals 9.23. If you want to leave it as an improper fraction, that's fine. I'm okay with leaving it like this. For this one, if there's more than one term on any side of the fraction, you put parentheses around it. Cross multiply. So 4 times v plus 6 equals 5 times v minus 8. Distribute both sides. 4v plus 24 equals 5v minus 40. Get rid of the lower variable, so subtract 4v from both sides, and I get 24 equals v minus 40. And to get rid of the minus 40, we add 40 to both sides, so we get 64 equals v. Okay. Solve and graph. Distribute. 5 times w is 5w. 5 times 3 is 15. To get rid of the 15, we have to subtract 15 on both sides because that's the opposite of plus 15. So we get 5w is greater than or equal to negative 5. And divide both sides by 5 because you have to divide by whatever's attached to w. And we get w is greater than or equal to negative 1. So to graph it, you make a number line. And it has a line underneath it. This is greater than or equal to, so it's a shaded in circle, and it says greater than, so we point to the right. For number 20, to get negative x by itself, we subtract 5 from both sides, so 10 is greater than negative x. And I want to I want to get rid of negative x, so I divide both sides by negative 1. So this is negative 10. Whenever you divide by a negative number, the sign flips. And because I want good math grammar, I want to put the variable in front and make sure the arrow is still pointing to the same number. So x is greater than negative 10. 0, negative 5, negative 10. Since there's no line underneath it, you put an open circle and in the greater than direction. Okay, solve and graph, same deal. The opposite of minus 7 is plus 7 to both sides, so 19 is greater than negative y. Divide both sides by negative 1, and we get 19. Negative 19 is less than y, or y is greater than negative 19. And when we do a number line, negative 19 is way out here. Open circle, go to the right. To get rid of fractions, multiply everything by the LCD. The LCD of 5 and 10, if you list the multiples of them, 10 is the lowest number they share in common. So everything gets multiplied by 10, every individual term. And because this is a fraction, this says divide by the bottom, multiply by the top. So 10 divided by 5 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6, so that's 6k. 10 divided by 10, those will just cancel, and that's negative k. 10 divided by 5, that's 2, and 2 times 1 is 2, so that equals 2k. And 10 times 1 is 10. Oops, that's a plus. So 6k minus k, that's 5k equals 2k plus 10. Subtract 2k from both sides because we want the letters and the numbers on opposite sides. We get 3k equals 10. And divide both sides by 3 to get k equals 10 over 3. Okay, for 23, 5 friends are going bowling. 2 of them rent shoes at $3 per pair. So that's going to be, how much do they pay for the games at bowling? So they have to buy 5 games, so 5x, we don't know how much the games are. 2 of them rent shoes at $3 per pair, so that's going to be plus 6, that's 2 times 3. And the snacks cost $15, so plus 15, and the total cost of the outing was 66. So 5x plus 21 equals 66. The opposite of plus 21 is minus 21 from both sides. And we get 66 minus 21 is 45. Divide both sides by 5, and we get games are equal to $9. Again, I apologize for going fast, but I have to get out of here. I'm late for something, and I want to make sure you guys had enough to study. So good luck. If you have any questions, please send me an email at anthonybringetto@cusd.com. Thank you.